What's up, everybody? Ghosty Moto here with another moto vlog. Just getting off work, heading home, and wanted to make a quick video for everybody. This video does actually have a topic. Hold on. You know what I gotta do. It's a tunnel. You know what it's all about. So, today's video does actually have a subject. This is the things I dislike followed by a few things that I like about my 2016 Yamaha R1. Oh, that's a pretty color, purple. What do you guys think about that? Pretty nice, huh? So, anyway, what I want to start off by saying is that this bike, the 2015, 16, 17 Yamaha R1s, were never designed to be street bikes. They were designed to be track-killing, race-winning monsters. So, with that being said, these are just a few gripes that I have from a solely street rider. Now, everything that I'm going to say in this video is extremely nitpicky based on the fact that this is an amazing machine. The R1s are phenomenal bikes. Anyone who knows anything about street bikes and motorcycles knows that, and you can't deny it. So, now for my list of dislikes. Number one, the super race aggressive seating position. You are so leaned forward and so pushed down on the bars, on the clip-ons. There's just no, I mean, this is, okay, so this is me trying to sit straight up and sit comfortably, and I mean, can I do it? Yes, but you can definitely tell that it's not the way that the riding position was designed for this bike. So that's number one. Number two, the seat, the rider seat. It is cardboard thin. It is not comfortable at all. After about 45 minutes or so, my back is hurting. I mean, you know, it's not a distant seat, definitely. There are a couple companies out there that make more touring-oriented, comfortable seats for it. Corbin being one of them. Number three, the headlights. There's a 50-50 split, you know. 50% of people think the bike looks ugly, they don't like it. Another 50% thinks it looks amazing and they love it. I am definitely of the 50% that love it when it's all lit up. I think it's kind of stealth fightery looking. It's aggressive. It's mean. I love it. However, when you're riding normally without your high beam on, as you can see, my high beam is on. It's always on during the day. At night, unfortunately, it's not, because I don't like to blind people. But what I will say that, so when you have it off, it almost looks like the bike is like winking at you. I don't know how to explain it, but I'm not a big fan. I don't like it when the high beam's not on. I wish they would have done it a little bit differently so that all the lights were on all the time. Now, number four was the stock rear fender. Yes, there isn't a bike out there that I know of, in my personal opinion, that I like the rear fender on. And I'm talking about, you know, the part that holds the license plate that everyone always eliminates. That part. But to me, this one seemed particularly aggressive, or particularly ugly. I really didn't like it. I think they could have definitely done better with it. You know, I understand that there's rules and regulations that they have to follow, and it has to meet certain criteria and stuff like that, which I get. And almost none of the aftermarket ones meet the requirements, at least in the state of California, which I understand. But to me, this one just looks, I don't know, particularly ugly. I really wasn't a big fan of it at all. I'm super happy that I was able to get rid of it, and I did so. Let's see, number 5. Okay. See, now we start getting into a little bit more of the technical aspect of the bike. You cannot turn off the traction control, slide control system completely. You can turn them down to 1 to where they're the least intrusive. And to be honest with you, you don't really notice them. But just the fact that I can't turn it off, I can't say, you know what, no, I don't want the rider aids, I'll take care of it by myself. You know, to me that bothers me. I don't like the fact that you can't turn them off. And that's pretty much the only gripe I have with the electronics on this bike. Other than that, the electronics on this bike are phenomenal. They are absolutely amazing. If you're going to use this as a track bike or even a real race bike, it's 99.9% already all done for you. There's really not a whole lot left to do to it to get it to be completely track ready. Number 6, the rear seat pad and the trunk space in this thing. It's ridiculous. I mean, you literally can't even put a wallet in it. It's probably a 2-inch by maybe 3-inch at best hole, and I mean, there's just nothing you can put in there really. I understand, and again, it goes back to the fact that this was not built to be a street bike. It was never designed to be a street bike. These bikes were designed to be race bikes, and then somebody at Yamaha said, hey, let's throw some lights on it and change a couple of the tunes and put it on the street. And so they did. So, of course, with that being said, you don't get the creature comforts. You don't get the nice sized trunk. You don't get the big wide back seat. You know, I mean, the seat pad on this thing for the rear seat is ridiculous. It's a little tiny triangle. I mean, unless you're like a 5-year-old, you're not using the rear seat comfortably, that's for sure. But again, it was designed to be a race bike. They didn't care about passenger comfort. If they don't care about the rider comfort, why would they care even a little bit about the passenger comfort? Number 7 of the things I really don't like all that much is the gas mileage. The fuel mileage in this bike is ridiculous. On a full tank of fuel, I'm lucky to break 120 miles to the tank. I mean, if I'm nice to it, like really, really nice, I can get 125 miles to the tank. It's a 3.5 gallon tank. The fuel mileage is horrible. This bike just drinks gas. But other than that, I mean, it's so hard to find something to dislike about this motorcycle. Yamaha, when they designed and built this bike, they went to the moon. I mean, they thought about everything that someone would want on the track, and they put it in the bike. And they did a phenomenal job at that, that's for sure. So now that I've complained about the few things that I could rack my brain to think of that I didn't really care for about the motorcycle, I'm going to go ahead and talk about the few things that I absolutely love, which is, for one, that sound. That cross-plane crankshaft engine in this bike makes a sound like no other, and I absolutely love it. It sounds phenomenal. It is an amazing sounding bike. And for another thing is the overall looks. I personally think that this is one of the most beautiful looking sport bikes on the market today. I think it's one of the most beautiful looking sport bikes to come out in the last 10 years. It's just, Yamaha really pushed the envelope on the looks when they did this bike, and they took they took some crazy ideas that looked like they came straight out of a comic book or something and threw them down, and it looks amazing. I love the way the bike looks from being off of it and from being on it. And of course, that blisteringly fast speed. I mean, this bike puts out so much power, and it is so fast, and the power is so instant. It's phenomenal. And I've ridden Gixxer 1000, a ZX-10R, the R1, obviously, and I even rode a CBR 1000RR. I actually rode the SP of the RR, the Repsol version, and none of them produce the power curve like this bike does. Not saying that this bike is so much faster than any of the other ones. That's not what I'm saying at all. What I'm saying is the power curve is so different on this bike. The power comes on and it hits you like a ton of bricks. It's phenomenal. Also, the way this bike handles, it's the way that you can corner on this bike. It's just amazing. It's with the right tires, of course, because I'll be honest with you, with the stock tires that came on the bike, they weren't confidence inspiring to me. I mean, people love them, the RS20s or the RS21s, whatever they were, I can't remember, the Bridgestones. You know, people love them, and they praise them, and they say nothing but great things about them, but for my riding style, they didn't inspire the confidence that other tires that I had used in the past inspire. So when it came time to replace the tires on the bike, I went ahead and put Michelin Pilot Power 3s on it because I had used them and love them. Anyway, guys, so this video was a video that I had been wanting to do for a long time. I wanted to do it out in the hills while I was cruising around and stuff like that, but unfortunately I haven't had the time to carve out a day to go for a ride recently. And I wanted to get this video made and get it out, so I did it while riding home from work instead. I'm Ghosty Moto. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thanks for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to smack that like button and subscribe.